Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so I recently did a reading for somebody, and they thanked me for giving them clarity and insight on the situation that they were dealing with. And the conversation continued. And then somewhere in that conversation, an unsolicited opinion was thrown into the mix. And that particular individual expressed their disdain for the traditions and the practices that I uphold and that I hold near and dear to my heart. Now, every person has the right to feel the way they feel. I'm not knocking you for how you feel. But it gets offensive when you're soliciting me and my services just to turn around, and then you solicit my services, you get what it is that you want and that you were looking for, but then to turn around and share an unsolicited opinion about the traditions and the practice that I upkeep and I uphold, to me is very unnecessary. And the reason I'm addressing this is not so much that I'm taking it personal, it's because it happens a lot. Now, we're in a time of ascension. There is an awakening of the people. You understand? And as individuals, we are in different, we are in different phases and stages of where, hold on. We are in different phases and stages. So we're in different phases and stages of awakening and learning new things, or learning about our past. Because a lot of black people, for them, their history begins with slavery, with chattel slavery. You know what I'm saying? They may acknowledge, oh, there were African kings and queens, but that's as far as it goes. Like, there's no real, like, exploration or desire to want to know the ancestors. But then again, I can't speak for everybody. But again, and then listen, this is me. If you come to me petitioning my services, that you need clarity on a situation that you obviously can't give yourself, and you get the clarity, and sometimes the truth that you hear is not the truth that you wanted to hear. It's not, the truth that you hear is not what you wanted to hear. So instead of looking at the situation for what it is, you resent me as a reader for presenting the truth as it is and giving you clarity and insight on what it is. And then turn around and want to project it on me. No, it's okay. Bottom line is this. No matter who you are, I'm letting the world know that I practice, uphold, and teach the traditions of my ancestors unapologetically. If you're a naysayer, stay in your lane. Stay over there and talk about your disdains of what you don't like about the traditions, the practices, and the teachings of my ancestors' traditions. You understand? Don't come seeking services from the very thing that you have a disdain with, because that makes you look a certain kind of way. So I'm not saying this to personally attack that person, but this happens way too often. If you black, 9 times out of 10, your ancestors upheld and practiced the traditions of voodoo. That's the truth. If you don't choose that for your path or for your life, that's fine. If you choose religion over the practices of your ancestors and over tradition, that's fine. You got to do what's best for you, because it's all about self-preservation. But what you don't do is come over into the lane of someone who practices the very thing that you have a disdain for. Receive what it is that you came to look for, and then turn around and hurl insults. You can feel whatever kind of way you want to about it. But if you really strongly feel that way, then do not participate in any of it. Don't ask or inquire any of the gifts that these traditions have blessed me with. That makes you a hypocrite. So check that. And people, check yourselves so no one else has to check you. But it is something to think about. You understand? If you're a Christian, stick with that. But you can't dibble and dabble and pick and choose what is acceptable and then turn around and condemn the very thing. That don't make sense. I'm going to end it. Peace and blessings, y'all. Have a blessed week.